in 1986, Slaughter High. 8 people are invited to their old high school for their 10-year reunion where a fellow former student, disfigured from a prank gone wrong, is out to seek revenge. Written and directed by George Dugdale, Mark Ezra, and Peter Mackenzie Litten. Do you have any information, Jason? You don't have notes? You have
have no notes.
He was down to the wire on these fucking movies. I've done that. I've done that before. A little sad trivia here. Simon Scudamore, who played Marty, killed himself via intentional drug overdose shortly after filming. In fact, some of the scenes at the end with the jester mask, that's the director. So unfortunate.
Oh, so he didn't even finish the movie?
I think they needed some pickups.
Or they had to go back and
they needed some
they
extra
needed
stuff.
some like inserts or stuff, something like that, and he had killed himself previous.
This movie was originally titled April Fool's Day, but of course they didn't lock it down soon enough. This came out the same year as April Fool's Day, so got to jump on that shit, guys. You start off.
Interestingly enough, in I believe it's either China or Japan, it was released on VHS as April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fucking weird shit. You start out this movie, you meet the nerd Marty, who's about to be seriously pranked by like a terrible group of people. It's like the popular people, I guess. I was laughing right off the bat with this movie. He's attempting to apply this condom, which looks like
that novelty condom.
I don't even know what it was like.
It's got like a sex toy built into the condom.
It looked really dangerous and uncomfortable, but I'll tell you what, he gets real embarrassed here, but goddamn, he's got a big old dick on him. He's got a big old dick on him. He shouldn't be embarrassed at all. He should have made friends. All those girls should have been like, "Fuck, Marty, shit," you know.
I was watching that with my wife. I was like, "Don't you look at that thing, you pervert!" I saw you over there looking at it.
Big old cock.
Oh my god,
big old
that
cock.
Is funny.
Yeah. Caroline Munro, who plays Carol, has been in a couple movies we've reviewed in the past. She was in Maniac. From 1980, and on the opposite end of the quality spectrum, she was in Cute Little Buggers from 2017.
Oh my god, what a
which
horrible
is
movie.
one of the worst movies we've ever watched.
That's awful.
You got to love the score here. You got a Harry Manfredini score. He's done so much shit. He actually used a lot of stuff. I don't know if it was
Friday the 13th.
Was it unused? Was it unused or was it actually used in them? It was used in Friday the 13th.
He used some like main like chase sequence stuff. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
and
he can
do
a
bit of original.
He can do whatever he wants if they're still going to cash those checks, you know. Even if the chemical lab, this chemical lab is what burns Marty up. Like, what was the exact thing they did? He tampered with. What'd that dude tamper with?
To his joint. He had did something to his joint, and then the lab explodes.
Yeah, they put something in the beaker on the Bunsen burner to make it overflow.
Oh,
and that caught on fire, and then the
acid.
You gotta love that rickety shelf with the acid on top.
This lab was gonna go up anyways.
Oh,
these
someone
shelves
was gonna
are
die in that lab.
all flimsy, uncovered, not even a lid on any of this shit,
my God.
and like acid just loose. But
on the highest unstable shelf you can get, it was a Looney Tune. I love it.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that is bad about this movie I thought was hilarious. They must not have figured out how to shoot outside in the dark, because it was so dark. It was like pitch black. It might as well have been just a black screen when they're outside for the most part. I it was so funny because they could have shot.
What'd you watch this on?
Wherever it was, probably Tubi.
On Tubi.
Wherever it was free.
What John mentioned picking up the Blu-ray, and maybe I responded, but I don't think I did.
Well,
But
it was your picture of the Blu-ray. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got to get that. I have to get
yeah.
that.
So I know I've seen this movie before, but I don't remember what the picture quality was when I first watched it. But I wasn't really that impressed with this release or with this transfer.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that whatever transfer you were watching it on was really dark. I mean, I didn't really. Nothing really stood out to me like what you're talking about.
If they would have just put some animated eyeballs, it would have been perfect because, like, I couldn't see shit when they were outside. I mean, maybe a flashlight here or there or whatever. It was just normally they shoot day for night with shit like that, where they'll like just alter the fucking the way it looks.
Right.
But whatever. There's a caretaker dude. He made me laugh how easily he was swayed. Just a beer, he was cool. Like whatever's clever. He gave me one beer. I would have liked to see him live a little longer. He was a likable character. There's a scene in this movie where a guy shotguns a beer, and did that look weird to you guys at all? Because he flips it in the air, turns it upside down, stabs it with a knife. But then you see him; it's open. Nothing sprays anywhere at any point. It was the weirdest shit ever. But lots of fun kills in this movie. My favorite is the woman who is melted in the bathtub when the acid comes out of the spout somehow.
Yeah.
Like he's really doing some elaborate plumbing shit in this movie. I think she could have saved herself though. I think she could have got out of there with just a couple burns, but she just couldn't get out of the fucking tub. It was like
she kept reaching to try to turn it off. She was like, oh! And I swear to God, they used the same scream like 3 times in a row while she's 3 times in a row, the same scream. I love it. So funny.
Did you guys think it was weird whenever they mentioned like if they can make it past noon, then April Fool's Day is over with? Did you notice that at all?
Oh yeah.
It's like a British thing, evidently. Like in Britain, it's over at noon. Does the one girl fall in some sort of open air septic tank at the end? What the hell is the thing she falls into?
I don't know what that is. I was
like shit.
The same exact thing.
Yeah.
That could only be it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of laughs. There's a part where this girl gingerly hits this killer 3 or 4 times, leaves the baseball bat right with him, and then runs away, leaving the weapon. That's a pretty important rule. Just don't leave the weapon near the. You take it with you. Why don't you ever fucking take it with you? Regardless. I think that they could have just ended it with Marty winning and fading out after he kills Carol, laughing maniacally or something, because the whole "it was a dream, but oh wait, he's still crazy" was pointless for me. It was just an extra step, and it lightened up the actual revenge that this character enacted. So I don't know. They should just cut it off there. But 7 out of 10 for me. Would have been a much higher score if it weren't so fucking dark all the time. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was maybe just the transfer.
Probably just Tubi, whatever.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Go for it, John.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna start off with my rating. I gave it a fucking 10 because this film is a 10, and it's not for all the right reasons. It's a 10. This was, to me, this is the last great slasher of the 80s, because it had pretty much all been done. That's why this was a cash grab. That's all this was. This was a cash grab film with the 3 directors. Caroline Munro ended up marrying George Dugdale.
This was 86, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you got a lot more. You got a lot of good slashers left. Oh, whoa, holy smokes!
87 was full of them, I think.
Jeez, yeah.
Okay, then I retract my statement.
but still, it's still a 10.
But still, yes, it's still a 10 because it's great for all the wrong reasons. I loved how dark it was because it reminded me of when I first saw it. I saw this on Monster Vision in the what year was that original run? Like the years, was it like early 90s, right? Like
Yeah, I'm thinking like
93,
that's what I was thinking, like
something like
'93.
that. Yeah, this was like the second movie. I was up late and I saw it. I caught it at like when Marty first steps out of the shadows and you see the silhouette of his jester cap, and for some reason that just freaked me the fuck out. Like it looked good. It was creepy. The little jingle bells kind of just added to the creepiness factor, and I was like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Um, Marty was pretty much the perfect nerd. It's a shame that dude died because I thought he killed that role. And I read on IMDb that I guess at least two of the directors, maybe all three, felt like they contributed to this. It took his mom to tell them that he's had issues all his life.
I saw that.
So that was a bummer. And I love the cast, how they try to do the accents. It's an almost all English cast.
Yeah.
And I think the only one was the girl. The only one that wasn't was the girl, Donna Yeager.
The blonde?
Yeah, Stella. Yeah, Donna
Yeah.
Yeager. That's the actress. Yeah, she was from Texas and just happened to be over there. But it's all coming off as like real thick New York accent.
Yeah.
So I thought that worked out. The two dudes that were buddy, that initially like, hey Marty, we just wanted to say we're real sorry. Them dudes at the beginning, they were hilariously terrible. That gut explosion, the effects in this movie were pretty decent for what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Even that stop motion face melt.
Yeah, the thing about
motion face melt.
The thing about that,
a little bit of flavor.
That was the worst effect of the movie, though. That was the worst effect of the movie, though.
The gut effect was really cool, but the whole time I'm like, what happened? What's the science behind this? Because he just drinks that beer.
He mixed the potion.
But how did he close the beer up? How did he like had to close a beer back up or something?
Marty's really good at science. You gotta understand.
He did get that acid plumbing going.
Yeah, right. What? No, yes, he did. He rigged all that shit up. Marty's fucking MacGyver. Let's see. What else? What other notes do I have? I really love this movie. I always did. And, I never could remember what it was called after I saw it on Monster Vision because I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw it from a certain thing, or maybe I didn't finish it because I bought a bootleg DVD at some horror show. It was a VHS to DVD transfer, and I loved how it looked. It reminded me of just watching it right off the TV. I thought the shadows were sweet. I liked that you couldn't really see them in the dark because it was real genuine to me.
This was a really rough film to begin with. Okay, because I was wondering. I was watching this Blu-ray. I was like, man, it's okay, but it really could have been maybe a DVD transfer. But for the way you guys are making it sound, this looks really good. I just didn't know it.
Okay. Yeah, and then one of those multi-movie packs came out that included Slaughter High, Waxwork, Chud 2.
Yeah, I still have that DVD.
I still have that too. I watch it. I haven't bought all.
That's a good deal. That's like $7.
That's like one of the best. Yeah, that was like one of the best multi-packs I've ever seen of actual movies.
Drives me nuts. Drives me so OCD nuts when they mix them up like that. Like I put the same things on there. You've got part 2 of this and whatever. But yeah. Anyways, Jason.
I don't really know what to say. I really like this movie. I like the setting. I like the old school setting. It reminds me a lot of other slasher movies. It's a revenge, a nerd. There's not a lot of gore, not a lot of effects, but John's right. They are what's theirs good. I I mean I like it. I think this probably falls just under a recommendation for me. I don't know why. I mean, because I guess we're drawing that line at 8, and 8 is what we consider a recommendation. I would give us a 7. It's just right under there. But that's just if I was to recommend it to some dude I work with. I probably wouldn't pick Slaughter High. There's a bunch of other movies I'm gonna recommend before this one. But it's solid slasher. Give it a 7.
Right on.
And was this the first, Frank? You said this was the first time you saw it, right?
Yeah, I had always seen
Is that correct? Okay.
the VHS. I remember the cover, and I just never grabbed it. It always seemed like I was like, what the fuck is this? A skeleton? Is this a movie about a skeleton? I don't want to.
Oh, you saw the Mohawk one? Is it the skeleton, or what? He's wearing a mortarboard, or
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, with the cherry bomb.
Yeah, and I mean, and now when I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, I would have rented that now. Like that, I would have been like, oh yeah, definitely. But back when I was, a teenager hitting the VHS aisle, it was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. I was like, I'll just get Redneck Zombies again. So
that's a safe bet.